We're here at the University of Georgia's Agricultural College. This is their unmanned fueling station. There are a few things that you need to pay attention to when you have an operation similar to this. Componentry and the regulatory systems are going to be similar in most of your secondary contained tanks with double wall fiberglass. Dispenser operations very similar. Cale is our facilities manager. I'm going to have him open up the dispenser and show you some of the componentry that's very important for regulatory issues as well as environmental issues. This is a mechanical dispenser. It's typical to most of the sites that we have. Again, you'll notice that we have shear-off valves on the bottom. Inside, there's also a secondary containment sump that will capture any liquids that may leak out of this system if they have a breach in any of the piping. The automatic cutoff will shut off if this dispenser is hit or knocked off the system. Will shut the fuel flow from the tanks. These are all mechanical meters and pumps. They will, again, register the amount of gallons that are pumped and push through the system. There are shutoffs on all of our nozzles and our dispensers. Like any regular retail location, the nozzle will shut off when the fuel flow is backed up after you fill up your tank. We have fuel filters on these systems that are outside or the dispenser itself in order to keep water and particulates out of the gasoline. Breakaways on the nozzles in case somebody drives off with that also shuts off the flow of fuel. The only spill that would occur would be that was contained in the hose. These are all issues that are very important from a safety standpoint, but also from a regulatory standpoint. A lot of the things that Cale is responsible for is making sure the equipment's operating and functioning the way it's supposed to. All of our sumps, both internal to our tank systems as well as our dispensers, have sump sensors in them. Cale will come and look if there are any alarms going on in our automatic tank gauge. He will clear those alarms that can be cleared, and if they cannot be cleared, he'll call us or our contractor to come out and make sure that this is not actually in a leak. One more thing that's unique about an unmanned system is that we actually have a fuel management system. It's very similar to a credit card system. It can be set up as a closed loop or put on a credit card network. The particular system that we use is a fuel master system. It was designed for the Department of Defense for unmanned stations. In an unmanned situation, we would have a credit card similar to what we're using here. Agencies would be able to scan this credit card in and start the transaction. This asks for separate information like your vehicle, your odometer readings, and issues like that. What this machine then does is it turns on the dispenser. If there's an issue with either the card not being accessible at this particular location, it will not allow that pump to turn on. But it also will not operate if there is a leak or something that's going on with the system. The automatic tank gauge systems can be set to not allow any of the function to occur if there has been an alarm in one of your sumps or an alarm on your interstitial sensor. That's the unique issue about an unmanned site, especially when people only come by periodically to check, or if they get emailed alarms that are possible with our system. However, the safety issues are the most important thing here. Your unmanned site won't work if we have it in alarm. We set it that way in order to prevent things from occurring over a long period of time without somebody being able to come and check it. This particular facility is a model facility, especially in an unmanned operation, where we have a significant amount of backup or duplicate systems to prevent leaks. We have the same componentry that are required in secondarily contained or double wall fiberglass tanks with our interstitial monitors. That's the type of method that's a minimum requirement for monthly monitoring of your tanks. We have auto limiter valves that protects the jobbers from overfilling your tanks. It shuts off at 95% of your tank capacity. The ability for that delivery to be put into your tank. It will not overfill your tank. In our fill ports, we still have our spill containment buckets that will capture any splashover or any of the product that might come out of the hose when the truck is delivering the fuel. That will actually go back into your tank automatically with those types of valves that we have in place. We have several issues that we deal with the automatic shutoff in our venting systems. The automatic shutoff is a regulatory and a fire code requirement where you have appropriate numbers, appropriate instructions in place, and also a fire extinguisher in case that would be necessary for you to use. The auto shutoff valve will shut off all of the electricity to the site and make it impossible for you to dispense fuel. Again, that's a regulatory requirement as well as a fire code issue. Remember, it's by all of us working together that we can ensure that we're operating and maintaining our underground storage tank systems correctly. Preventing leaks is what it's all about. If you need specific information, you can get that through the EPA website on your screen now, or contact your local government agency for assistance. See you next time.